God's love was so strong that he found a way to court mankind. Sin caused separation, but love found a way. Some heard his voice, some had dreams and visions, some interacted with angels. Love found a way. Then in Exodus, something profound happened. God instructed Moses to ask the people to build a sanctuary. This was not a one-man show. God didn't want to dwell with Moses alone. He had enough time on the mount with Moses already. This was about the people. God wants to dwell with all peoples. He is not aligned to any one group. He created mankind, and therefore he loves all of mankind. In fact, the Hebrew for among means midst or middle. God wasn't going to dwell closer to this group or that group. God wanted to be close to everyone. He wanted to dwell, or he wanted to be in the middle. He wanted a sanctuary so that he could dwell with man in order to reveal his character to him for the purpose of winning his heart, winning the heart of man. The Hebrew word for dwell also means to settle down, abide, tabernacle, reside. God's desire was not to have a hotel or a bed and breakfast. God wanted to reside, that is, to have a permanent home in a particular place among his people. Impact point. God is not in need of a house, but he is in need of our love. Need is a strong word with a human connotation, but I need, pun intended, to use it in this context. With that said, want is a loose, flippant word in this context as well. For wants are like the icing on a cake, while need is the cake itself. God's very nature is sharing. He needed to share his life, and it led him to creation. He needed to share his love, and it led him to create human beings with free will. The God who created the heavens and earth has now decided to dwell in a building constructed by sinful human beings. When Solomon sought to build a house for God, he declared in 1 Kings 8 verse 27, "But will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain thee, how much less this house that I have built." The heavens cannot contain him. The earth doesn't have enough room. I say God cannot be boxed in, but love, divine love, led God to somewhat downsize himself and make his dwelling among men in a sanctuary, a tent made out of curtains and wooden staves. That is love. The sanctuary would become the place where God's courting of mankind would take on a very dynamic and dramatic tone. The word for today is, make me a sanctuary.